Hello everybody and welcome to my Impact Wrestling review. A lot of big things happening on the show tonight, and what do I have to say, especially into the build for Hard to Kill coming up in next month. A lot of things going on, and we kick it off with Jordynne Grace versus Tennille Dashwood. Honestly, I didn't know if Tennille Dashwood is even still part of Impact Wrestling, to be honest with you. I think the last time anybody seen Tennille Dashwood on this show was probably Bound for Glory, if I'm not mistaken, when I went there back a few months ago in October. Honestly, I didn't know she was still here. I heard she was on like paper appearance people were telling me about, so I don't think she's been on any type of episode since Bound for Glory ended, or even on the, I don't think she's on the Access TV debut, but I don't think she's been on the show until pretty much right now, because I didn't know Tennille Dashwood was still part of the company, because the last time she really did wrestle on this show was, like I said, back at Bound for Glory against Taya for the Knockouts Championship. So I don't think I've really seen her on TV that much. So at least she was back on here again. But, she was Jordynne Grace. Jordynne Grace is the #1 contender for the Knockouts Championship at Hard to Kill in a triple threat match between Taya and ODB, which, it's pretty funny to see ODB. 1 week she's on Impact, and then I'm looking last Saturday she's on the NWA pay-per-view then, so I guess she's part of that show too. I don't know, but she showed up on the NWA Into the Fire show this week. But, the match itself between Jordynne Grace and Tennille Dashwood was pretty good, I will say that. It ended up with Tennille Dashwood trying to get the roll-up on Jordynne Grace, but she pretty much countered into her own landing, pretty much landing on top of Tennille Dashwood, getting the 1, 2, 3. So a good match. Pretty much, they shook hands right after, but as Jordynne Grace celebrated, Taya attacked from behind, trying to take her out. Tennille Dashwood ended up making a save. Jordynne Grace ended up hitting like a baby suplex on her as Taya got out of dodge then from there. But overall, a good match. Rhino was walking around until Moose came in. He looked like a Rum DMC member with that top, I wouldn't say top hat, but that hat on he had on his head. Pretty much said like, hey, I saw your match with Van Dam last week, and listen, I don't know why it's so hard. I beat him in Slammiversary. It looks like that gore ain't working for you. Pretty much as Moose tried to walk away, Rhino ended up turning, pretty much he turned back around, and Rhino ended up goring him to the ground, saying, who's the man? The North, we're talking to the Mac, I think on the stairs or something, and the North walked up to them. The Mac was ready to fight and everything, but listen, we're not here to fight to kick your ass, because listen, you're out here by yourself, your friend's not around, and you got a bum knee. You sure you want to do something like that right now? Because Ethan Page says, listen, I get it, you have a best friend, I have a best friend and everything, and we both do, but listen, right now, your career's not going anywhere, okay? Rich Swan, he's the one that had to be in the star, and what you need to do is you need to go be a star on your own, because right now, Rich Swan is outshining you, and as the Mac listened on, Swan ended up showing up. He didn't know what was going on. Like, I don't know what this is, but I think you guys need to get up and bounce. I'll see you in the ring later tonight, as he said to Ethan Page. Next, TJP went against Daga. This is actually a really good match that ate up a lot of time, I will say that. I know they got him still with Follow By out there, and what they still got out there with Follow By and whatnot. But I thought this was a pretty good match, very enjoyable to watch. Even going into commercial break, it was, they still kind of hyped it up pretty good. It ended up with TJP winning though. TJP, he had got the detonation kick on Daga, but as Daga kicked out, he pretty much transitioned into the knee bar then, but then transitioning back into a regal stretch to have Daga tap out. So a good match between TJP, very good match between TJP and Daga. I like Daga, but I see why people say the guy has the personality of a wooden board. Good wrestler though, but still kind of very wooden out there. Pretty much right after that, the Desi Hit Squad pretty much up attacking, followed by TJ Perkins, but Daga pretty much made the save on them. Next thing you know, Shearer comes out, choke slams Daga, and the Desi Hit Squad stand tall. And once again, too, Sheer, I have not seen that guy since Bound for Glory. Also, they kept saying he was on a spiritual journey. Last time anybody saw Mahabali Sheer, he was at Bound for Glory in that Gauntlet Battle Royale. So, I know they try to keep Sheer to a minimum, I think, on what he does right now, because I think people still skeptical on him because Sheer is not that great of a wrestler. The guy looks in incredible shape, and he looks bigger last time I checked, because I've said before, man, the guy was in this company before, but he never was really that good. And then it was odd that the guy ended up going to the WWE Performance Center, and he couldn't even make it past that, and they released him. So I was surprised he was even back in Impact in general, but I'm still trying to give this a chance. This wasn't that bad. They're trying to make the Desi Hit Squad something, but they always come up with either jobbers or comedy act, because he wasn't even here for the past few months until now, so at least he was back this time. But other than that, Brian Cage was walking until he saw Van Dam and I guess his girlfriend Katie Forbes making out. Like, listen, man, I got matches your heart to kill. Good luck, man. I think I can counter all my moves. Just the smoke will clear out of the room soon enough. Van Dam, of course, comes out with his stripper girlfriend. The guy still, I don't know how he's pulling it. Sometimes I really believe he is high out there. I really believe that. He looks high as shit when he comes out to do his entrance now with Katie Forbes. But Katie Forbes introduced them and everything. They start making out. The crowd either looks disgusted or just starts booing at him then. And listen, like, he says, listen, I want to stand here and take credit for everyone inspiring to be me right now, because they're all stealing my moves and whatnot, taking my move set and everything. And the biggest mark of all, Cage and everything. Everybody's talking about me versus Brian Cage. There's a dream match and whatnot, but he's sure Cage is one of the biggest RVD marks out there, because like I said before, he's taking all the moves and whatnot. Cage ended up coming up brawling with Van Dam. Van Dam tried to do some kicks on him, but Cage knocked him down with a discus forearm. He was going to go look for an F5, but Katie Forbes ended up hitting him in the nut stand, and then got a chair. And I thought this was pretty funny, though. Van Dam was going to go for his Terminator from the top rope, coast to coast and whatnot. He did his RVD thing. He was about to do it, but he was like, nah, I'm not going to give it to you fans, because he is a heel, so why give you the crowd pleasing moves? Van Dam pretty much got down off the top rope and pretty much drop kicked the chair into Brian Cage, and he went back to making out with Katie Forbes again. So, I like I said, man, Van Dam is hilarious. I will say that, and everything. I do believe they do overdo the make out thing with him and Katie Forbes, but I guess it is getting over. But this guy he sounds high as fuck out there, okay? I like RVD. The heel RVD's pretty funny too, but sometimes I'm wondering, like, is he really high out there? Because I believe he is sometimes. Like, this dude must have been smoking a lot of shit before he came out there, to be honest. But it will be a match between him and Brian Cage, and I will say I am looking forward to it, so it should be good. Sue Young was walking around. Rosemary pretty much ran in there saying, like, listen, I sure you want your full potential release. Like, Mitchell there is not telling you everything. James Mitchell pretty much got Susie and said, stay away from the lady with the big smile. That he was already tired of Rosemary getting involved in his business. Havoc attacked Rosemary, choking her, and as Mitchell's telling Havoc to stop. Next thing you know, a loud scream, because they had to play that background music, and then some Adobe After Effects with that, of Sue Young screaming as Havoc looked on. I think Rosemary disappeared or was on the ground then, so they're trying to bring Sue Young back from Susie transition, even though we haven't seen much of Susie. Even seen her wrestle in the ring, to be honest. We just seen her walk around with amnesia, memory loss, because Havoc was the one that quote unquote killed her and turned her into Susie right now, as Rosemary's trying to bring the real Sue Young back. So we'll see what goes from that. Ethan Page, pretty much the North came out. The North came out to go against Rich Swan, and Mac was out there with him. This was a good match. Enjoyable. Knew it was going to get a little bit crazy involved. Mac had got an apron. North, ended up still trying to take out Rich Swan. Swan, he did a dive on top of Ethan Page. Well, was going for Ethan Page, but Josh Alexander took the bullet for Ethan Page then, as Page pretty much walked up to the Mac and punched him. Mac got back in the ring, pretty much punching Ethan Page back, except the referee saw it, so it ended up being a disqualification then. Ethan Page pretty much laughed on as he says, hey, there you go, he the one that got attacked first. Swan looked pissed, started arguing with the Mac as Ethan Page still plays mind games. You know, I guess the Mac may be turning heel at Hard to Kill because he may turn on Swan, but Ethan Page proved that, you know, you can still play mind games on both Swan and the Mac, especially going into their tag title match at Hard to Kill, and then, you know, pretty much manipulating both of them, costing them the match and whatnot. So it was some good heel logic there in the end, I will say that. So a good match overall too, but like I said, Ethan Page, he continues to play mind games with both Mac and the Swan, but mostly on the Mac though. Moose and Rhino continued to brawl backstage from out of nowhere as Rhino's walking and Moose pretty much came from out of nowhere. This match, yeah, I think the show's kind of going out well till this happened. Johnny Swinger came out on commentary. I'm not mad at that because, you know, he's covered his 1980 reference jokes or whatnot. He doesn't know what Twitter is, but Joey Ryan versus AC Romero. Listen, you know how I feel about this, and I'm sure anybody knows how I feel about this, or if you know what's going to happen in this match. So I'm not going to explain a lot from this because I'm sure people are like, oh, this probably was a good match at first, but of course, you have to do the stupid dick bullshit thing, and you know, with the ref bump, I think, and Johnny Swinger ended up getting in, and you know, I don't know, he punched Joey Ryan, and then he put AC Romero's hand on his fanny pack, and AC Romero took him out, and I don't know, man, Joey Ryan does that stupid dick shit on AC Romero, which, you know, I feel bad for that guy because he's new here, and he's got to sell to this guy doing this stupid shit, and you know, he does the lollipop thing and the like super kick, and you know, let's just go on. I think I've talked enough about this. I could sit here and keep burying this Joey Ryan shit, but you know, it's not gonna get anywhere much. You already know how I feel about it. I think the dick suplex thing is fucking stupid at this point. AC Romero, I know he's a really big dude and everything, especially for a man his size to move like that, and I think he's good, but I'm like, does he really need to sell for this stupid shit? But hey, I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Next, though, Michael Elgin, I guess he's looking for Eddie Edwards. He asked for Eddie Edwards' stuff. Well, he saw his stuff and he took that gauntlet shot trophy thing and he walked off. He basically took his shit and he walked off, Michael Elgin. Ace Austin went against Petey Williams. Good match. Very good match between him and Petey Williams. Good. No really type of heel win, tactic win, I would say, but I did enjoy this match with Petey Williams, and I'm glad I actually had Petey Williams in a kind of a credible match this time. You know, he's putting over Ace Austin and whatnot, but at least he was in a very good match with him. He was going to go for the Canadian Destroyer, but, you know, Ace Austin dodged it. He went for a roll-up. He held on to the tights, but, you know, it was a 2 count. Went back off the ropes, hits the fold, and, you know, beats Petey Williams right there. So a very good match between both of these guys. That was very enjoyable. Pretty much Ace Austin got in the microphone there and pretty much said he dedicated this match to the sexiest woman alive, Trey's mom. Trey Miguel got pissed in backstage. He says, do not mention my mom. Don't talk about my mom. Don't do any of this. What's your problem? Ace Austin about to say something about his mom, but next thing you know, Trey started beating him up. Reno Scum pretty much broke it up then. So at least the Rascals, I know it wasn't all the Rascals, but at least Trey was serious for once, and it wasn't just, you know, the Rascals sitting in a smoke circle this time. Like, okay, showing some intensity out there. That's what I kind of like to see and everything. I know it's, you know, Ace Austin does prove himself to still be a very good, you know, sleazy heel out there. Of course, he's either trying to fuck someone's wife or he's going to fuck someone's mom next. So that's, you know, how that's how this whole Ace Austin thing is going. But Trey, again, you know, held back security and pretty pissed off. That was good. Not a serious Trey Miguel, and didn't really have all the Rascals around because, you know, Ace Austin pretty much taunted him doing, this thing that the Rascals do all the time and whatnot. But to end the show, though, we had Sami Callihan come out, cut another great promo, of course. Say he's going to expose Tessa Blanchard and everything. Saying that, all these fake fans are here tonight and that, everybody thinks Tessa's going to take the championship away from him and Hard to Kill. Because, we're going to make history and everything on pay-per-view and whatnot. But you fans, you all want equality and everything, okay? But, this is just another match to him, all right? You want to vilify me because I'm fighting Tessa and treating her like a man and whatnot, because this is not intergender wrestling. This is just pro wrestling here. We're not trying to just, go by intergender. You all want to cheer her and everything, that you have more in common. But he said that Tessa is an entitled brat, and she's been handed everything. Sami says, I've traveled the world to get where I am right now, to become the face of this company. That her dad is Tully Blanchard, and, what her stepdad is Magnum TA. And they've given her everything, the basic tools to the trade to where she is right now. Because I never had anything handed to me. I didn't get a tryout, my dad never got me a tryout and everything. Next thing you know, Tessa came out and was about to go after Sami, but Madman Fulton attacked her from behind. Ken Shamrock then came for the save. Then Fulton and Shamrock pretty much brawled for a second. Like Fulton was getting upper hand. Sami tried to get control out of Fulton, but Fulton was focused on Ken Shamrock, which I believe that is going to be a match Hard to Kill now also, by the way. Next thing you know, they brawled, Tessa and Sami, they brought to the back where random guys were out there watching. I don't think they were all fans because one of them got hit by Sami. They pretty much started brawling, throwing each other into the production trucks and whatnot, beating the hell out of each other. Tessa was mostly trying to get the upper hand. Sami was fighting her off. Sami ended up using caution tape, trying to choke her out with, but that did not work. Pretty much she slammed him into the door again. They pretty much fought into the street then as cars were passing by. Sami was able to get her, get across the street, kind of getting away, pretty much hitting like a bicycle kick on her, knocking her down. They brawled as, Sami was kind of giving chase away as Tessa pretty much, knocked the refs and kept going after Sami Callihan at that point. So a good crazy brawl, especially going into the street, I thought was pretty good. I know some people aren't going to like it because it's not their cup of tea, especially with the intergender wrestling thing. But I said it before, Tessa and Sami make this shit look really good. I said that before since Slammiversary many, many months ago. So, yeah. That's kind of pretty much, how that went. But it was a good brawl, I will say that. Now, I know some have even said tonight, was this like a go-home show in a way? Because we don't have this pay-per-view until, January the 12th. And I don't think we're going to be seeing anything for the next 2 weeks on Impact. Most likely a clip show. I think, honestly, this week and maybe next week itself, next week, you're not really going to see a lot of new shit in wrestling, maybe from a few shows. But looking at this week, I think a lot of these shows are probably on their final week of anything before they go on their winter vacation and whatnot. Because, like I said, you can go back to my Raw review. Because, come on, they got a tape show next week. So we already know they taped double episodes the night before. Impact right now, I don't think they're really going to have anything going on Christmas Eve. It'll probably be like a clip show, maybe a year-end show for the next 2 weeks. I could be wrong, I could be right, because it's going to be on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. So I don't think we would see anything until probably, I believe, January the 7th and whatnot. And that would be the go-home show going into Hard for Kill. Did this feel like a go-home in a way tonight, especially with that brawl? On that part, possibly. But I don't know what's going to be on next week's show or whatnot. But, with being Christmas Eve and everything, I don't think you're going to be seeing a lot from Impact next week or even the next 2 weeks itself, because winter vacation and whatnot. So that's my opinion of what's going to happen. And, other than that, this, like I said, it was a very good show. I thought we saw some good matches on here. Like I said, the Callihan and Tessa thing was really great. TJP and Daga was good. What else? Petey Williams and Ace Austin had a good match. I enjoyed that. Ethan Page and Rich Swan. The only thing I really didn't like out of this, I just cannot say anything good about these Joey Ryan matches. And I like AC Romero, but like I said, the dick suplex shit, just fucking sick of it. I still like High Van Dam. and whatnot. I guess we get, like I said, we had a match with him and Cage coming. So there was a lot of build tonight. All right, there was a lot of build tonight. They built a lot into the pay-per-view. So we'll see what happens when Hard to Kill comes up. Other than that, we will be back tomorrow night for an AEW and NXT review, which will probably be the last reviews of that too. Also, because I believe after that will probably be a clip show with both of those shows next week. So I think this week in wrestling. After this week, I think everybody's going to be going on a break, and it won't be really a lot to review on those 2 weeks, because, if AEW and NXT tomorrow, next week is Christmas, so you're definitely not going to see these shows on Christmas Day and New Year's Day, okay? Probably won't be back till second, most likely clip shows from that, all right? Or let's say, I don't know. We'll discuss more of that tomorrow, though. Like I said, I think this week, though, with wrestling, it's going to be the final week of something, because I think next week is just going to be a lot of, clip shows or just whatever thing, because the holidays, and I don't think nobody wants to be doing nothing because of Christmas next week. So yeah, but other than that, I am done with this review of Impact. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Comment, subscribe, tell me what you think about the show. Follow me on Twitter at Hooded9890. Check out any other review that's online right now. Like I said, Brawl, TLC review, any other review that is up, or past Impact reviews, please check those out also. But other than that, I am done with this show. So, etc. Fuck Lifetime, blah, blah, blah. Other than that, I am done with this show. I will see you guys later. Peace out.